Okay, we are live.
Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Let's make Monday your fuel for your success journey. I get fired up every time I hear that. All right, welcome everybody to Monday Motivation. Oh my goodness, we are so excited today, as we are every Monday. We meet here every Monday, same time, 7 a.m. Eastern. And today we are going to talk about a great topic. So I am here with Leah Garcia, Zion Anaguru, Annie Usong, and Amberly Shreve. Yes, top rated, top class, world-renowned coaches here with me today. And we are talking about your network. Your net worth is your network. All right. So how do you build a bigger network? Right? Because you want your net worth to increase, right? So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to dive into it. If you're on the call right now, definitely want you to put your comments in the I guess the chat. Let us know where you're zooming in from. Just say so and so from wherever, right? Where you're zooming in from, and then put your question in there because we are going to address your questions. All right. Okay. I've started seeing them coming in. Alexis, welcome. All right. So the reason why I came up with this topic is because I read about this topic. I think it was Robert Kiyosaki that said it. That's the first time I heard it, right? And it makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense. If you hang out with 5 broke people, you will, even if you're not broke yet, you will eventually become broke because they will all take them. They will take the money you have. Trust me, that's how it works, right? But then if you hang out with 5 people that are doing better than you, they have businesses, they're making more money, their children go to nicer schools, they live in better neighborhoods. Guess what will happen? You will tend to find out what they do, and eventually you'll be right there with them. Isn't that crazy? Right? My mom used to tell me, and I say used to, she's still around, but I say used to because she told me when I was a teenager. She said, if you hang out with 5 people that smoke or do drugs, you're going to do that, right? And I said, well, no, I mean, I know better. She said, no, that's not how it works. You're going to do that. That's just how it works. And I'm like, wow, okay. So I didn't hang out with them, right? That's what happened. So today we're going to talk about it. And I have some incredible guests. So I want to get to our guest speakers. So let's jump into it. So our first speaker hails from California, where it is 4:04 in the morning right now. Yes, I have to say that because I just have so much respect for her to be able to get up when she doesn't have to. She's a successful businesswoman. She doesn't have to, but she gets on here to help you all, right? And me, right? She is the financial strategist. So she helps you make money, invest money, all things money. And she's also a black belt, a 3rd degree black belt, which shows her discipline right there, right? So here's the deal. She's a great person to follow anyway. So everybody follow her, first of all. Okay, you want to follow someone like that, right? And then you want to learn from her. So without further ado, we're going to go to Leah to speak for about 5 minutes, and she will kick it off. Go ahead, Leah.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration. My name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and it is my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so you can build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth for you and your family. Listen, folks, I got up at 2:30. I don't even think I slept last night. I'm so fired up. Like, I'm going to drop some gold bars. I'm going to tell you right now, and everybody on the panel here, if you want to increase your net worth, you need to take copious notes today. I am telling you, here's the deal. If you're on this call, whether it's 4 a.m. or 7 a.m., you are the one in your family. You are the chosen one to change your family's last name forever. So get ready. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 quick reasons why your network is your net worth. And you know what? Number 1 is, I say you don't have to be the best. And what I mean by that, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. I just have to know the smartest person in the room. I know a lot of smart people. And you know what they do? They make me look really, really good, right? All these amazing speakers here, right? Iron sharpens iron as one person sharpens another. And here's the thing. You can match up to catch up. Focus on your strengths and you can leverage your weaknesses. Find other people. If you're not a strong speaker, then find other strong speakers. You know, I don't think I'm a particularly talented speaker. I work really, really hard to master my craft. Some people like Margaret Martinez, you know, it's just natural gift that they have. And that's okay because you can learn from other people. And that's how you're going to condense your time frames. No matter where you are, you can have exponential growth when you match up to catch up. Number 2 is Dr. Benjamin Hardy says, find the who, not the how. Right? There's somebody who knows something that you don't know, and you can leverage their knowledge. And when you do that, find out what your financial goal is. Listen, we're on 4th quarter right here. This is the last few months of 2024. So you can actually condense those timeframes and you can achieve every financial goal that you set out that you have not accomplished to this point. But you got to find the who. Who is a person who knows what you need to know? Queen Dr. Leslie Flowers is having an amazing goal setting session to help you to set up for 2025. I strongly encourage you to look into that. Number 3, and this is from my mentor, the great Ed Milet. He said, it is no longer who you know, but who knows you, right? And a lot of people don't network because you know why? They're thinking about them. They're worried about what people are thinking about them. Folks, listen. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about what you're thinking about them. And that's the truth of the matter. So, and networking is more than just exchanging a business card or a handshake. It's really taking the time to do a coffee chat and get to know the people behind the bubble. Get to know the person behind what you see here in public. Listen, I don't know a lot, but I know what I know. I know what I don't know. I know who knows what I don't know. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. So that's my time. And I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Wow. That was powerful. Thank you so much for kicking us off in such an incredible way. We appreciate you. And you can see all the comments. People, you know, people are here from all over the world. Why? Because we give so much value here. Like, first of all, if this is your first time, congratulations for being here. Because your life is about to change, all right? And you want to come here every single Monday, same time. I want to welcome, first of all, I want to welcome Laverne, welcome from Philadelphia, Alexis from Arizona, Arnella from Slovenia, Larry from Toronto, Canada. We love the Canadians. Kim from Philadelphia. Let's see who else. Amaka from Texas. Adeyinka from Nigeria. Timmy Tokwe from Nigeria. Let's see, Malik, I don't know where he's from, but somewhere in the world. Fumilaya, good to see you again from Nigeria. Oh my goodness, so many people. Okay. So this is exciting, the information that we're sharing right here. So you want to stay for the whole hour? Okay? If you have to go into your car and listen, all right? You want to stay here for the whole hour. All right, let's go. So we're gonna move on to our next speaker. Another dynamic speaker. Oh, Malik, I see you. I see you in Pakistan. I see you. Our next speaker is also fire, right? What she says is lit, as my kids would say. It's lit. I'm telling you, for real. It is so lit. All right. So she is in Maryland. So we're going all the way to Maryland. And you know what? She's an expert at this stuff, right? She's literally an expert at this stuff, right? She helps people build relationships, right? Build these business relationships, helps you maintain your customers, your clients, right? She's known as the gratitude consultant. So you want to take notes here as well, as you did for Leah. All right. As I bring on my good friend, Amberly Shree, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you, Eric. And it is such a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you and my panel as well, Leah and Zion and Annie, my friends, my colleagues, the people who I go to when I have questions and I need things as well, right? Because we all help one another. And this is all what we're talking about here, is being able to have deep connections. So when you're looking to grow your network, because it truly is your net worth, anyone that you have connections with, you may help them, they may help you. It's being there for one another. And that's truly what this is all about, is bringing value and helping one another. So some of the things that I truly love about building a strong network, and some of the things that I have used over the years, is leveraging existing connections. Even if you're just starting out, you know people. So the point is that you're coming out of your comfort zone. And I think I said this for the new people. I've said this several times on other chatting sessions, that I'm a bit of an introvert and an extrovert, given the space that I'm in. So certain people that, given a safe space, I'm gonna want to know more about them and see how I can bring value to their life and what I'm going to learn from them. I'm always seeking how I can learn something from someone else, and I could apply it to my family, and I can use it in my everyday actions. One thing that I love is attending networking events. Some of them are in person, some of them are virtual. It kind of depends on what you like. I mean, some of them are online. There's plenty out there. You just have to find out what works for you. And there are different types of networks. There are some where you go and you answer a ton of questions and you go in breakout rooms. And there are some that you just have a list of people that you are getting to know. So see what feels comfortable for you. So online platforms, there are so many out there. Get used to them, use them, utilize them in the best way that works for you. And I think when it boils down to it, that's the key, my friend. Finding out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and utilize your colleagues. They have tons of value. Put a chat together. I don't drink coffee, but put a tea chat together, or coffee chat, or whatever works for you, right? So put that together and just sit and have a conversation and say, hey, listen, you spoke about these topics. Talk to me a little bit about that. What would that look like for me? And take the time to research. Nothing is going to be handed to you. And if you think that's the way it is, oh my goodness, you're living in a dream world. Anything that you want, you have to go after it. You have to dive in deep. It is nothing but grit and hard work, and you need to have it. But you can do this. You can make the connections. You can keep people engaged because of who you are and what you bring, and the fact that you are leading with love and kindness and compassion, because I'm telling you, people need it today. People need the compassion. They need empathy. People are doing life in all ways, shapes, and forms. You guys have no idea. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Stop judging people, because you have not walked in their shoes. I need you to just worry about you and focus on what you need to do, because I'm telling you, we're all dealing with life. So let's choose love and just be kind to one another and focus on the things that we want to accomplish and our goals, right? We're going to join professional organizations, whatever that looks like. There are so many groups of people that we can learn from, anywhere from groups starting out to high profile groups. Find your people and find your tribe, the people that you know that understand your heart, that have the same values and morals. It's out there. You just have to work a little bit, put a little effort into it. You're going to offer value with anyone that you are meeting with. It is about them. It is not about you. You are going to focus on them first. You are going to stay consistent. You are going to expand beyond your industry. This is about other people. It is about the relationships that you are making, and it's being consistent, and it's making sure that those people know who you are and that you stay memorable. That is how I built my network. I used my service through promptings to stay in touch with every single person that I wanted to build connections with so that I could keep those connections strong. This is what it takes in order to get where you need to be. You need to stay memorable. People need to know who you are. If they don't, how in the world are they going to refer you out? And I'm telling you, friends, if you lead with love and you truly care about others, you bring value and you show up in a way where you can be supportive and honor not only yourself, but your colleagues, you will truly do something exceptional in this world. And people will want to know everything that you're doing because of who you are. So please honor yourself, go out there, make a difference, make strong connections. I know it seems like a lot of work, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to run like a well-oiled machine. So my sweet friends, have a beautiful week, lead with love, set boundaries, and show up and be the best expansion of yourself. Back to you, Eric.
Wow. That was incredible. That was a TED Talk right there. I'm telling you, someone reached out to me and said, Eric, you should charge for these. Like you guys give so much information. And I agree, we should, but we're not, because we want to reach more people. We want to reach the masses, right? So that's why we give you all this. So appreciate that, Amberly. And by the way, she talked about building networks. She has one of the biggest networks in her company, like in the world. All right. So she knows what she's talking about. So you want to connect with her. All right. So let's keep going. Welcome, everybody. Terrell, I see you there. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of networks, right? I met you through Zion. And then I checked out his Instagram. He has 2.2 million. You think that's good? That's good networking for me to network with a guy like that? You see what I'm talking about? So here's the thing. Through LinkedIn, I met Annie, who introduced me to Zion, and Zion introduced me to Terrell. That's what we're talking about, right? Networking, right? This is real life stuff, folks. Real life stuff, right? I see a guy on here that just jumped on. His name is Troy Moten. Oh my, Troy, look. I met Troy about 6 years ago in my Promote Your Business meetup. In the first, like, he's like one of the first 50 people. One of the first people. I don't even remember the name of the hotel. Troy, if you remember, put it in the chat. I don't remember the name of the hotel, but anyway, I rented a small room. He was one of the first few to come in building an incredible business. Now we have 4,800 people in that group, right? And Amberly was one of the people in the group, right? So here, folks, we practice what we preach around here. We practice what we preach. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see. All right, so our next speaker, our next speaker hails from the UK, and we did have someone that joined us from the UK. I saw Simon. I saw Simon from the UK. All right, so this guy right here, he makes people famous. Would you like to be famous? Would you like to be famous? Look, if you say no, then you don't know what being famous can do for you or your family, okay? So you want to be famous. You want your business to be famous at least, all right? So he helps you become famous. He helps you get the word out about your business. He's a marketing genius. He introduced me to LinkedIn, right? So you want to listen to him and take copious notes. So my good friend, by the way, he's a little more soft-spoken than me. So before I introduce him, let me just reduce my voice a little bit. I heard that someone that you're supposed to reduce your voice a little bit when someone's speaking, and they're softish, you know. So, all right. So Annie, the floor is yours. Okay, we can't hear you yet. I know you're soft-spoken, but not that soft-spoken. We can't hear you. So put up your volume if you can. Okay. Okay. Do you want me to come back to you, my friend? Okay, I'll come back to you. All right. So before we hear from him, by the way, he's worth waiting for. Okay, so come back. Okay, he's worth waiting for. Before we hear from him, I am going to share a little bit of information that I think can change your business and change your life. Because everything I give you can change your business and change your life. All right. So Annie, just say something.
Can you hear me, or you still got
There you go. There you go. So let's go to Annie in
refresh your
English.
screen and it works. So Amberly, everything you said, I totally agree with. Pure genius, seriously. You know, it's look, and that's when look, I networked for years to build my business. So when I started, I remember sitting there on day 3, day 4, and thinking, now what? Website's working. I'm here. Where's those customers? And they all turned up. So I thought, eventually, I found a network. So I went along. To suddenly walk into a room of 50 people, I think, wow, they're all here. The people you never get to meet otherwise, the accountants, the builders, the tax man that you never ever get to meet anywhere else, right? They are networking. That's where they build their business, right? So I'll share with you what I learned from the experience. Of course, that's what we're here for, right? As Amberly just alluded to it, and don't take it lightly, my friends. The word is network. There's work involved, right? You have to work. And Leah mentioned it too. You have to work. You must bring something to the room. You see, I learned very quickly. In my favorite network, there's a saying, "Givers gain." Givers gain. Think of that. The simple motto was, if you bring me business, I'll bring you business. But it's not a tit for tat thing. It's not that Eric gives me business, I give Eric business, right? In a network, think of it more like a pot. If we'll bring business for each other, if we'll bring business in a pot, there'll be business for all of us. That's how networking really works. But you must do that thing that Amberly mentioned, which is think about your networking colleagues. Can you pass work their way? If you can do business with them directly, great. But otherwise, if you can refer your friends, then make it worth their while knowing you, is my point. Now, you have to bring something. Don't bring nothing. If you bring nothing, you're not worth knowing. Sorry about that. I'm just saying, right? Of course, the other part of working is, my friends, you must turn up. You must show up. I see people every day, Rick, they say LinkedIn's not working. LinkedIn works. You're not working. Let's face it, right? There's no other way. You're not working hard enough. I told someone, to a friend of mine, all my clients get the networking conversation, by the way. They get told, meet them, connect with them, meet them, be interested in who they are. So again, Leah said it very well. It's not about you, it's about them, right? Amber said it too. It's not about you, it's about the other people. It's about your friends. What can you do for them? When you do for them, they'll do for you, I promise you. That's just how networking works. So no one cares about you until you show how much you care about them. That's a saying, and it's so true. If you go to your network, whether it's online or offline, and truly have a heart to help other people, they'll be desperate to help you. For the reasons I've said, givers gain. If you help me, I want to help. Of course I want to help you. How can I help? I can't help you enough, right? But you have to create that effect. You have to show up consistently, help others, meet others, care about them, give more than you want to take. And invariably, if the whole network comes with that mentality, we all give more than we take. Think of that. We will take more than we give, really. It's not rocket science, is it? But that's how networking really works. Look, another thing I would say is simply don't be the 90-minute networker. One of the most important things you must give is your time. Now, the 90-minute networker turns up, does networking meeting, the event, so to speak, and then they leave. Never see them again until next time, until next networking meeting. Don't be that person. Treat your network like your family. This is where the money really is. This is where the net worth really is. If it's your family, you spend time with them. You get to know them. You learn from them. You feel their pain. So this is what networking really amounts to, right? So all the things you do with people that you know, like, and trust, they'll do for you too. When you do that for people, they will put in for you. You can learn more. You can see more. I'm sure Eric talks about that his mastermind group, where people inspire you. People have services you need. People have ideas you've never thought of. Be the one who hangs around those people. That means hang around. Be part of the community. Meet them. Have coffee chats. Have social evenings with them. Literally be their friend. Your friends always show up for you. Don't expect your network to suddenly magically, because you joined, suddenly be your friends and your family. No, you have to do the work. You have to do the same for everyone else. Give us gain again. That's my whole thing today, right? Give more than you take, and be the one who puts out, and they'll put out for you too. Last I'll say, my friends, is that thing called what's it? What's your what's it? Yeah, now they're like, what's that? Right. Have a what's it when you go networking. Have something about you, something unique. A lapel, a tie, a neck chain. I don't care what it is, right? Something about you that everyone goes, why are you doing that? What's that? It makes the conversation with you easier. That's my point, my friends. Look, I've said enough. I'll leave it there, right? Thank you so much, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow, that was fire. Thank you so much. Powerful words, powerful words. It's funny you said that, do something different. And I always talk about separate yourself from the masses. We had one of our studio events last week, and one of my speakers, his name is Amnal. If you were there, you know he's a genius in trading. He asked me before, when he signed up to join, he said, Eric, is it okay if I wear my black t-shirt? Because that's what I wear in all my videos. I said, absolutely. He said because that's my signature. Like, everybody has to see me in that black t-shirt. He said he told us at dinner, he said, I have a lot of them. It's not like I have one that I wear all day, every day. Right. But do something that separates you from the masses. Okay. What everybody talked about today, it's almost like you guys stole my notes. Like, I don't have anything to talk about now. Like, I mean, what like, it's because brilliant minds think alike, right? Brilliant minds think alike. You have to be able to give value. Okay, I know we talk about that a lot, but it's so true. It's so true. People know if you're just trying to get from them, right? If I'm contacting Leah and I said, Leah, I want to collaborate with you. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, Leah, I would love to collaborate with you. Here's what I can do for you. And I'll tell her the things I can do for her and her audience, where I won't even get paid for it. Now she's more likely to meet with me. Or I'll say, hey, Leah, I just shared your video with my network. Like, I'm giving first for her to even get her attention, right? But what most people do is they contact someone and say, oh yeah, I need to speak to your group. No, you can't speak to my group. You haven't even like, what have you done? Like, I need to see something. I'm not just gonna let you speak to my group, right? People do that all the time, right? So you have to give more than you receive. Okay, you have to give more than you receive. Secondly, you have to continue to generate genuine connections. Let me tell you the difference between a connection and a genuine connection. A connection is just you, maybe on LinkedIn, you connect with someone, you send out a connection request, and then they connect and you're connected. But that's not genuinely, they don't know you yet. People say, well, Eric, I have 200,000 followers. Yeah, but why aren't you making any money in your business then? Like, I don't understand. Because none of them are genuine connections. You got to meet people on Zoom, get to know them, get to know their families, get to know their lives, right? Get to know them. Like, you can't just have all these followers. It doesn't matter. You want to get to know people on a personal level, right? Genuine connections. And then also you want to learn from the people that you meet. I learn every day. I'm always taking notes. I learn every day, right? Do you know that, how when I start out, I mention names like welcome. I start welcoming people. Let's see if there's anybody else that's coming. Jeffrey, welcome. Mandalay, welcome. Right? You know why I do that? Well, you know why I do that as much as I do? It's because I learned it from Annie. You see, I used to do that sometimes in my lives. I mentioned like 2 people, but then I realized Annie, he welcomes everybody. I'm like, wow, he makes them feel special. I said, okay, I'm going to welcome everybody like Annie does, right? So you learn from each other. You learn from each other, right? So that's the thing. When you learn from each other, you build a network, you give value, and then the sales come, because money comes from people, right? So don't chase the money, help the people, then the money will come. Money comes from people, right? So always remember, money comes from people. So learn how to be a people person. You're in the business of helping people. It doesn't matter what business you think you're in. You're actually in the business of helping people, right? So you want to, every day, how many people can I help today? Every day, how many people can I help today? Look, and if you do that, the money will come. Look, I was talking about Troy, a good friend, Troy, smart young man. Now, Troy and I, we've done business since I helped him in a group, and then he helped me. And then, at the time he was with a company that sold cell phones, and I bought cell phone plans for my sons from him. That was 6 years ago. And he's on my call now. Why is he on my call? Because I've helped him, right? We have this mutual, if I didn't, he won't be on the call 6 years later, right? I haven't talked to him in years, right? So you got to help each other, and then your network will grow. And then as your network grows, then you put out your offers, then people start buying. And I'm going to go to Zion in a second. I want to tell you one thing here before I do that. So I meet with the guy, this was years ago. I meet with the guy on Zoom, and I'm about to talk about my offer, what I sell. And he says, Eric, I really have to go. I'm sorry. And then he takes out his credit card and says, Eric, I just want to buy what you have. Can you just put the link in the chat? I said, what do you mean? He said your coaching, just whatever you do, just put. I'm ready. I said, what? Do you even know what it is? He said, no. So I didn't ask questions. Hey, someone wants to give you money, just let him give me money, right? I said, here it is. He clicked on it. He bought it. I think it was like $1,000. And then afterwards, I said, well, let me ask you a question. What made you buy it? Like, I haven't even told you what's in there. He said, because Eric, I see you online and I see that you help people. And I already trust you. So I'm ready to go. Like, I didn't even tell him what my offer was. You see? So here's the deal, folks. You help people, your sales will be easier. You're going to get referrals. People will refer you business because they believe that you're going to help people. You're going to help them, right? I get a lot of referrals from people that never bought from me. They're like, so and so told me to come to you. He wasn't in my coaching, but he just said, you're a good guy, right? So I want you all to focus. Like, don't just let it go in one ear and out the other. Literally learn how to help more people faster, and then you'll start selling. You'll start making the money. And then lastly, seek knowledge. Learn from people that have done it. Okay. I just wrote a book, an ebook. I don't even know what I'm going to charge yet. But right now, I'll just give it to you for free. It's 100 ways to generate clients, customers. Every entrepreneur should have this. 100 ways. I'm going to drop it in the chat. Now, some people are going to just go one in one ear and out the other, and like, oh, that's cute. They won't click on it. It's free, right? They won't click, and it's okay. It's not for everybody. But if you want to grow a big business, and a guy that's been in business for 25 years and built 3 successful businesses wrote an ebook on how to generate clients so you can have customers every day, why won't you want to click on it and download it? Anyway, all right, let's keep going. I'm going to drop it in a second. So our next speaker. Let me go to our next speaker. Oh my goodness. I may have just saved the best for last, folks. No offense to everybody else on this panel. So Zion is Mr. Positive Energy in a world that is negative. Why don't I watch news in the morning? Because I wouldn't be this excited. If I watched news this morning, I wouldn't be this excited because I think the world is falling apart, right? So this guy helps you change your perspective on life. Okay, that's why people pay him from all over the world. So he really, he doesn't need any introduction. When you hear him, you'll know what I said. And they say his voice is sexy. I don't really agree, but that's what they say. So you be the judge. And ladies, if you think his voice is sexy, put it in the chat when he's done. All right, Zion, the floor is yours. I hope I didn't embarrass you, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's such a privilege to be here again and another edition of Monday Morning Motivation. Listening to Leah, Amberly, Mr. Eni, and yourself, I'll be like, who showed them my notebook? Who showed them? How do they know what I'm going to say? But yet, that's the power of having people of like mind in your cycle, because you think alike, you work alike, you do things alike. And this topic is a very important topic that we all need to be abreast with. We all need to be intentional with. And we were talking about your network, becoming your net worth. You must realize that it's not about the numbers. People are number cravings. They crave about the number. I want to increase the number. You must realize that it's not about the numbers. Sometimes you just need 5 people in your cycle. 5 people can make a difference in your life. You don't need 1,000, you don't need 2,000. Just 5 people can make a huge difference that you want to see in your network. So don't be a number pursuer. Don't pursue the numbers, but you must pursue quality over quantity. The quality of people in your cycle determines your network, not actually the numbers of people. It is the quality of the people. So when it comes to your network being your net worth, there is need for you to prioritize quality over quantity. Someone once said to me a few months ago, he said, Zion, do you know what? The fastest way to be a billionaire is to surround yourself with billionaires. I'm like, really? We're like, yeah, that's true. That's true. As easy as that. If you want to be a billionaire, be in a cycle of billionaires. They don't have to be 100. They can just be 5 billionaires. And I tell you, you are getting there. And secondly, I love the fact that we've spoken about creating value. Now, before I go forward, I just want you to say this 2 words. I'm a person of value. Yes, you have to say it. I'm a person of value. I'm a person of worth. Because you need to realize that you attract who you are. When it comes to your network being your net worth, you attract who you are. If you want to attract people of value to your cycle, you want to attract people of worth to your cycle, you have to be a person of value yourself. You have to be a person of worth yourself. We live in a time where people are looking for people that has value, but they themselves, they don't create value. They don't do anything at all, but you want people in your cycle that create value. Do you also know that same people you are looking for that are creating value, they are also looking for people that create value. So if you are not creating value yourself, there is no way they want you in their cycle. So one thing you must be intentional with when it comes to your network being your net worth, be intentional about creating value. Like Mr. Eric said earlier, who are you helping? Who are you supporting? Who are you making a difference in their life? And these little things matters a lot. Be intentional about creating value. If paraventure today you are not creating value yet, start today. It's not too late to start. It's not too late to start creating value. If you can start now, in a few months' time, I tell you, you'll be glad you started now to be creating value in the world. And lastly, I love it when Mr. Eni spoke about it. It is called network for a reason. It's called network for a reason. It could have been called net joke or net fun or even Netflix. But no, it's neither of those things. It is called network. There is serious work involved. There are days I see Mr. Eni 2 a.m., 3 a.m. is online. I can see him because I'm awake too. I can see him that time because I'm awake. Now, Leah, it's 4 a.m. in California. She's here. There's work that needs to be done. It's when it comes to you having your network, it's not fun, it's not joke. It's real work. You have to pay the sacrifice. You have to be intentional. You have to be dedicated. You have to be committed to doing this work. By showing up for people. There are events that go up on LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, on my calendar, by 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I'll make sure I'm awake just to go in there to support people. And I tell you, because I show up for people late at night, people will also show up for me. People will come to my event like, oh, Zion, you're always there for me. I'm coming to support you. It's as simple as that. So be intentional about it. It's work. It's work. When I mean work, it's work. It's not, there's no two ways about it. Work is work. So when you want to increase your net worth, there is need for you to put in the work, pay the sacrifice. And I tell you, if you can pay the sacrifice, it's always worth the journey. So thank you so much for listening. I yield the mic over to you, Mr. Eric.
Oh my goodness. We appreciate that. That was absolute fire. Thank you so much, Zion. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Like I am full. I have all these notes, all these things I'm going to ponder on when we're done. So I have a challenge for everybody on this call right now. Who are the first 2 people that will put a question in the chat for this panel? Okay. Make sure you say a question and then write your question. Now, I did notice that there are a lot of people on that I can't see online on the computer, but I can see on my phone. So I just noticed that. All right. So Coral asked a question. I don't see it on here, so I can't click on it here. But she says, is it important to be a member of your industry associations or local networking groups? So is it important to be a member of your industry associations or local networking groups? That's the question for the panel. Anybody want to address that? Amberly's thinking about it. Amberly, go for it. Amberly, then Zion, go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, can you read it one more time for me, please?
Yeah. Is it important to be a member of your industry associations or local networking groups? Is it important to be a part of it?
I'm going to go with yes. I think that anytime you can meet new people, you can make new connections. It can be your industry, but I also don't think it has to be. I think the question states in the industry. I'm going to go with yes. Okay. Reason being, most importantly, is because you are going to meet new people. And anytime that you're meeting new people, you don't know who they know, who they know, who they know. And that is an opportunity for not only meeting someone new, learning something new, and being able to explore a new friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll go with Zion and then Leah and then Annie.
All right. To answer the question, I would say yes. It's important to belong to a local network group. I love the fact she said local because most persons are always international. There is need for you to belong to a local network group because at the end of the day, it gives you access for local meetup, local coffee chat, meeting people physically, facially, and getting to know them. And one thing that belonging to a local a network does it holds you accountable because at the end of the day, it becomes a family cycle. Yes. Whereby from the cycle, people can vouch for you, people can stand for you, people know you, and that you belong to them. So it gives a sense of accountability, a sense of belonging when you join a local network group. So thank you so much. That's my take on that. Are you the mic?
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Leah.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I feel like yes. And one of the things that for me in my industry is financial services is a very large encompassing industry. So I cannot be a master of everything. I like to have other resources. For example, I don't represent Medicare. It's not something that I specialize in. It's not something I'm licensed for, but I have excellent resources because I have vetted them. I met them. I know them. And so when my clients ask for a resource, I have great resources. So it brings more value. Whenever people think about money, I want them to think about me, whether it's for me directly or if it's somebody that I can refer them to.
Very good. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Annie, go ahead.
I would say, you want to be a member of both types of groups, probably for the same reason, as somebody said. A professional group it's new people, full stop, right? So you can learn from them. You can learn a lot from them. And you can collaborate. You can do many different things with people who think like you and know probably a bit more than you do. Whereas a local networking, I network 6 days a week at one time. 6 days a week, local groups. The difference is not professional or local. I think for me, the difference is probably paid versus free. We will love free. That's not the answer. Free has people who like free. You want to be a member of groups who believe in investing in themselves. If they need your service, they pay for it, right? If you need their service, you pay for it too. That's the difference. Now, some are more serious than others. That's the point, right? But now, of course, the local networking groups gives you access to potential customers. That's the difference between the two categories, really. And you need both of those in your life. Of course we do.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I agree. You want to join as many groups as you can, local or otherwise. For me, I started, just like you said, free groups. I'll go to free networking groups, right? Now I'm in masterminds, $10,000 masterminds, $15,000 masterminds, right? But you start somewhere. You start where you can, right? And I network all the time, right? At 12 o'clock, our group is going to have a networking meeting online. Promote your business, right? Connect with Coral. On Wednesday, on Thursday, we're going to have another one. On Friday, we're going to have another one, right? You can never network too much, right? Meet new people every day, right? People say, well, I have a business. Well, how many people have you talked to this week about it? Well, nobody. You don't have a business. You actually don't have a business. You think you do. You just have a hobby. You don't have a business. If you have a business, you talk to people every day about it, right? So find a way to talk to people, right? All right. So, and it's easier now because of online marketing is easier. All right. So next question. So as we're wrapping up, if the panelists, if you can answer the question, if you want to, obviously, and then let us know how people can reach you, because there are people on this call, they want to reach you, they want to talk to you, they want to meet you one-on-one, they want to get your book, they want to, they want to get your course, whatever, right? So definitely tell them how they can reach you. And so I don't forget, because I always forget to reach me, just reach me on LinkedIn, folks. Reach me on LinkedIn. If you want my ebook, I put it in the chat. Look on the chat for this event. You'll see the book there, 100 Ways to Get New Clients. And if you want to book a call with me regarding your sales, you'll also see the link in the chat. I think it's called Believe in You Strategy Call, something like that. Look for that. All right. So panelists, Colleen says, how do you set networking goals, and what metrics do you use to assess success? Great question. Annie wants to go first. Go ahead, Annie.
I didn't expect that. Okay, look, I think that there are the good networking groups have these metrics. That's why I can say what they are, right? Of course, attendance is one of them. I say that because you don't come back to a networking group that doesn't work for you. Now, for me, what does it work for me look like? My biggest metric is people interested in what I do. If I go to a group and no one's interested, I might go back again. After that, still no one's interested, I won't go back. And some groups they just but they're just not interested in anyone. Maybe until you join as a former member, maybe, right? The good groups are interested in you. Just ask me, so Annie, what do you do? That's enough for me, right? Of course, from there on, say I count the number of people I really know, number of referrals I get, number of coffee chats I have. The coffee chats obviously build towards that referral, right? There's many ways you can measure real numbers, but deep down, if you've made friends in a group, you go back. If you haven't made friends in a group, you don't tend to want to go back. That's the biggest metric. That's what leads to real business. For me, Eric, my beloved book, I think I get it from the car. Lessons learned from COVID with the Go badge, the bestseller badge. I tell you, it's now I've got the clean copy in my hand. Now, so that's my book. I'll put a link in the chat. Please check it out. And that's 10 authors telling the stories about resilience and inspiration from the pandemic. Mrs. Zion is one of my co-authors, of course. Now, the amazing Zion. It's a best-selling book too. So.
Congratulations. All right. So we have 10 minutes, but I did ask for 2 people to ask questions, and we got 2 people. So I'm going to get to their questions. Okay. So you don't have to answer every question if you don't want to, because we have to get to Julian and we have to get to Fumalaya. Okay. So if anybody wants to answer this question from Colleen, it's fine. If not, we can move on to the next questions. Okay. All right. Okay. We have one. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, just really quick. I look for places where I can have fun, right? You got to have somewhere where you are having fun. If you're not having fun, then you're probably doing it wrong. So that's what I look for, networking places where I could really connect with people and just having fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, fun is important. And I always tell people in our group, right? You have to make it fun. If you know, or people won't want to come back. We joke around, right? I love it. Okay. So Julian says, does staying in constant communication with your networks matter, or wait for when there is a need to communicate, a topic or reason to collaborate comes on? Okay. So basically it's about, does it matter to, stay in constant communication, or do you want to wait until the need arises? Zion, I believe, put up his hand. Did you? Okay. Zion and then Amberly.
All right, thank you so much. That's a very powerful question. From my experience, I think constant communication is key. Don't come to me only when you need something. It doesn't go that well with me. That's where people make the mistake. They feel something has to be very important before you get a communication line. No, as simple as how are you, how's work today, how's the family, can go a long way to make a huge difference. So do not wait for you to be in need. Do not wait for there to be a very special topic, because at the end of the day, what you call special topic might not be special topic for the person. Just as simple as how are you doing, how's everything, on a consistent basis can make a huge difference when it comes to networking. So that's my share. Thank you so much. I yield the mic.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Amberly, I believe, put up her hand, right?
Yeah, Zion, I agree 100%. I think being in communication, people know who you are. They know the value that you bring. They know new things that are going on within you and your business. And that is another reason that I have built such strong relationships, because I use touch points throughout the year to communicate through my cards. So I am constantly sending in, hey, how are things going? A motivational piece, just something that is going to touch base with them to let them know that I'm thinking of them. And I can be reached on all the socials, LinkedIn. If if that is much easier, I would love the opportunity to connect with you, learn more about how I may bless and serve you. So I hope everybody has a great week.
Awesome. Thank you. And by the way, Amberly does have a tool to help you stay in touch with your clients, right? So so Julian and anybody else, connect with Amberly. If you want a way to stay in touch with your client, it's the best way I've ever seen ever in my years in business. So you want to connect with her. All right. Did anybody else put up their hand for this? No? Okay. So let's go to the next question. Fumalaya. Okay. Are you supposed to offer free or paid value to build a quality network? Good question. Free or paid? Okay, Leah first, and then Amberly.
Absolutely. I think free is one of my favorite F words. So absolutely bring that free value, right? For example, I have a free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. It's my ebook. And also have some paid things. But you know what? Always be prepared with something. Be prepared with something to share. A lot of people work so much on their elevator pitch, but they never have anything else to go beyond that. And I think it was Eric that said to make yourself memorable. What great way to make yourself memorable if you show up with a gift, a free gift for people. And by the way, I do have a course that's going to be coming up, which is how to increase your credit score. That is probably not going to be free, but you can try and see. I don't know. Maybe I will give it away for free. Back to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Did anybody, was it Amberly then Zion? Yeah. I think everybody put up their hand.
I'm going to make it really quick. I think both. I think you should always bring value, but also remember, you have gifts. You have so many beautiful things to offer others. So don't devalue who you are. So you give those resources, but you also provide the paid ones as well. So I just want to make sure that you don't give away everything for free, because you do have value. You are incredible. You make a difference, and people need to pay for your services because that is your value.
Yes, I love it. Very good. Zion, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. For me, I think both is very important, because you have, with the free value, you create credibility. people knows that you are not just talking the talk, but then they can get value for what you're talking about. So through the free, you can create value and then get paid. You know, you have to get paid at the end of the day because you have this to pay. You have to take good care of yourself. So you can give out the free value, then a paid value as well. Then if you want to reach out to me, I'm always on LinkedIn. Yes, I'm on all socials, but I'm very active on LinkedIn. You can send me a DM and then we can have a very, very positive conversation. Thank you so much. I yield it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Zanny,
please.
go ahead.
Yeah. Look, I think whether it's free or whether it's paid, especially if it's paid, you must deliver. People miss this, right? The last thing you want to do is walk into a room of your friends and you let someone down. You might as well not turn up. If your thing doesn't work, your service, your product, don't go networking. They'll find out. Once they find out, your reputation's ruined. Make sure you deliver. Whether it's free, give them something that you promised them. Like, give them the result you promised them. That's rule number one of networking, really, right? Don't break that rule, because those who do never come back.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody spoke on this. Okay, good. I can definitely address this. So I always have free offers. Like I just gave you guys free offers today, right? The ebook. Click on that. You'll get my, I think it was 15 pages of pure value. Every single from number 1 to 100 is pure value, right? Free. Now, if you wanted to work with me one-on-one, then you would have to pay for it, right? So I have coaching programs for my sales coaching, right? Which you have to pay for. And then I even have higher tickets. So if you want to hang out with me for a whole weekend, you'll probably pay like $25,000, right? Right. So, but I have different offers, right? So, but I always start with the free because people won't even buy anything if they don't see that they can gain anything from you. When you give something for free, but it's valuable, here's the thing: don't give anything for free that you couldn't charge for. Make sure it's worth charging for before you put it out there, right? Right? Don't give anything that you couldn't charge for, right? So when you give something for free, people take it, and here's what happens: they download it, they read it, like, wow, Eric is giving me so much value, and I'm not even paying him anything. Then you watch my video, and like, wow, that really helped me, right? So now later on, if you're so inclined, you're like, you know what? Maybe I should actually buy something and even get more value, right? So don't be afraid to give information. Don't give everything you know. Like Amberly said, like, that doesn't make sense either, because you don't want your paying clients to get the same thing as your free clients. They're like, wait a minute. This is what you talked about when I paid you $10,000 when I see it on YouTube. You don't want that, right? So yeah, so that's what I recommend. But that's a great question. And so I put it in the chat. If you can't find it for any reason, reach out to me or reach out to Coral and she'll help you out. All right, so we are out of time. I know there was one more question. Dr. Shakar, let me just let you know, Dr. Shakar, the best way to be visible online is video. Video separates you from the masses. It really does, because everybody can post, but only 20% of people do video. 20%. And you see everybody on this panel here, we all do video, right? So people get to know, like, and trust you much faster when you do video. So that's for Dr. Shakar Pawar. I believe that's how to pronounce your name. So appreciate everybody. Another great episode here today. If I didn't call your name, I apologize. I can't see everybody. But here's the thing: if you want me to call your name, then show up next week. Okay, show up early. All right, and share this with as many people as you can. Let them see what we're doing here, so we can help more people. Don't be stingy, right? You got it for free. Share it for other people, and then we will see everybody here. Same time, same place. We've been doing this for like 8 months or something. We were here on Christmas Day, guys. We were here on the 1st, right? We're not playing. We want to reach the masses, create an impact, right? And keep showing up. We appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of my speakers and coaches. We appreciate you as well. We love to end on time, and we're ending on time. All right. So make it a great day, everybody. And it has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you this morning. Bye-bye, everybody. All right.